Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 Forsaken video. As you all know, Festival of the Lost launched 2 days ago, and with it came lots of new content. At the same time, Iron Banner was also released, and although it's very similar in every way to the last event, it's got a weapon in particular with a very tasty roll. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't touch the last Iron Banner event very much at all, and I didn't take an interest in any of the weapons as they had poor rolls and there were lots of other content to grind out at the time. This event's a little different though, as there's a god roll Claws of the Wolf pulse rifle, and that's what we'll be checking out in today's video. To unlock this weapon for purchase, you're going to have to complete a specific bounty, which isn't too difficult to do. They shouldn't take you any longer than 10 games to finish all of them, not related to the match completion. So let's jump right into the perks and stats of this weapon itself. So it's a 540 RPM pulse rifle with 33 shots in the magazine. That's pretty solid for a weapon with this fire rate, and it can easily get you 3 kills if you're being precise. The stats are pretty balanced to the point where nothing stands out as a superb feature. I'd argue that the handling and reload speed are actually quite poor, and that's because they are. The good thing is that the perks more than make up for the specific drawbacks. Most notably, Outlaw, which increases the reload speed very significantly. It's also got high caliber rounds and kill clip. Now I personally recommend slapping on a counterbalance mod, as the recoil on this bad boy is pretty unforgiving. At times you almost don't want to shoot at the maximum rate of fire, or you'll be missing lots of your shots. This is most apparent at distance. And finally, just in case you're wondering, I'm rocking the Mad Monk shader on this specific weapon. It looks absolutely gorgeous on all the Iron Banner themed weapons, so please don't copy me. So how does the weapon perform? Well, to sum it up very simply, it's pretty damn good. When I first put it on, I thought it was a good weapon, although nothing too special. But as the games progressed, I got more and more comfortable with it and learned how to use it. You really notice the biggest difference with the weapon once you get a kill and reload it. That's obviously when kill clip procs and it feels like the weapon is on fire. Now it absolutely shreds and puts people away with 3 bursts almost always, and with its fast rate of fire, that happens rather quickly. I personally make sure I'm always landing headshots once kill clip is activated. That way I'm not only continuing kill clip after every single reload, but I'm also getting Outlaw to proc, which speeds up the reload. These 2 perks have incredible synergy and are, in my opinion, the best 2 perks to have on any pulse rifle in the game. You're also going to notice that enemies have a tough time landing their shots on you, and it gives you this aura of invincibility because you keep giving players the gunny, and this is great and happens because of high caliber rounds. It flinches the crap out of the enemy, and since it's a fast firing pulse, your flinching is happening very often. The only downside is that sometimes I felt so unstoppable that I kept pushing players after a string of kills when I only had as low as 20% health left. Looking back at it now, not too smart of an idea. I'd go as far as to say that this weapon would easily be able to compete with the likes of the Luna's Howl and Ace of Spades if it was able to kill more consistently at range. The reason why it's not able to do that though is not because of the range value itself, but rather just the weird and kick heavy recoil. Now obviously I feel like this is not going to be a problem on PC. At PC the limitations of this weapon are probably just going to be the range value, but on console specifically it's not range itself, it's more about the recoil pattern. Since it's a fast firing weapon, it's just super weird in terms of its recoil direction, and it's predictable with some practice, but only to a certain degree. That's why I 100% recommend throwing a counterbalance mod on it. Nothing else will benefit the weapon as much as this specific mod will. One thing I will suggest, and it's something I really like doing, is slowing down the rate of fire if enemies were at a too far away distance. This not only helped with landing shots, but it also helped to land headshots, which in turn would activate both Outlaw and kill clip. Now if we're talking about Masterwork, this Vendor's God Roll can have its reload speed upgraded, but we all know that most people are pretty broke when it comes to Masterwork, so most people won't be fully upgrading this bad boy. I think it needs a Masterwork for stability a little bit more than a reload, but it's not a bad choice on Bungie's behalf, as reload speed can be super slow if you don't land a headshot. With all that being said though, should you get this weapon, and more simply put, should you even play Iron Banner during this event? Well, I will say it's not a weapon that's going to change the meta, but at the same time, the potential for this thing is absolutely through the roof. For that reason alone, and from my good experience using this weapon, weapon, I would recommend everybody to grind just to get it. Yes, Iron Banner is super boring right now and it doesn't feel rewarding at all, but it's a necessary evil. Grab this thing before Iron Banner departs, as you'll likely never come across an Iron Banner weapon that's rolled this perfectly ever again. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, a like rating is always appreciated. Subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 Forsaken content. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.